Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I want to talk about a very, very interesting topic that I think um, the YouTube community could pretty much learn from in regards to uh, a YouTuber that failed as a father and failed for women. Like, it's really bad. And I want to talk about it. Let me set things up and then we're going to get into the show. Let me clean up the chat, make it members only, and we can kind of get into the discussion. So, uh, again, welcome to the stream, guys. We're talking about the topic of new breed need to stop breeding after failing 4 women and 6 kids. Yeah, that's right. He needs to stop breeding after failing 4 women and 6 kids. Now, a lot of times women have been condemned, bashed for, I guess, having multiple kids out of wedlock. I'm pretty sure you heard a lot of this over the years. You would hear men on social media, they would bash women that have, I guess, probably 1 to possibly 4 kids by different men. And you would hear men, they would bash these women severely. And it's like women get the short end of the stick when it comes to this. But you never really hear anyone address men that are baby daddies who have probably 2 to 5 baby mamas. And these men don't take care of their kids. These men have failed in every relationship. And it's like they're still out there breeding women. We gotta deal with that. We gotta deal with that, guys. So be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. So we're talking about a YouTuber named NuBreed who failed 4 women and his 6 kids. This guy had multiple baby mamas. Now watch this. He claims that he's practicing polygamy. That's what he claims, but it's not polygamy, guys. It's whoredom. The man just goes out there, sleep with women. And if they end up pregnant, they end up pregnant. And he called them concubines. And like, I don't, none of that is biblical with what he's doing. I mean, you don't just go out there, get with a woman, sleep with her, and just say, oh yeah, that's my concubine. Yeah. No, it's not how it goes. This man have no paperwork for any of the women that he had children with. None. You know how when you have a car, you got paperwork, you got a house, you got paperwork, you have insurance, you got paperwork. Well, as a man, when you get with a woman and you have children with her, you should have papers for the woman. He don't have none. And recently, there was a big mess that happened in his house. Really, really bad. Police were called, big commotion in the community. Just horrible. And the kids were pretty much taken out of the house. Now, recently, he did a video trying to do damage control. We're going to talk about that another day. He did a video where he was on live and he was talking about Just a bunch of garbage. And during the live stream, I bust out laughing because he was like, if you hear any noise, it's my kids. They're in the house. I bust out laughing because in my videos, I said that he don't have his kids in his house. So what he did is he went and he ran to one of his baby mamas, told her, let me get the kids so I can bring them by the house so I could appear like I got the kids at the house. I'm like, my goodness, bro. The things that people will do in order to make their audience believe they're a good father is sad. But let me get back to what I'm talking about. So this particular YouTuber is out here breeding women up, but he's not taking care of the kids. He's not. And we got to talk about it, guys. We got to talk about it. Too many times, black women get bashed by black men for having babies out of wedlock, having multiple baby daddies, but we rarely hear about men taking accountability for having multiple baby mamas and all these kids out of wedlock, and he's not even taking care of the kids. You rarely hear anybody talking about those issues on social media. It's like men, it's like they get a pass, but women, they get the short end of the stick. I mean, think about it. How many times have you heard any influencer talk about men that have multiple baby mamas, multiple kids, and they don't even provide? You don't hear nobody talking about that. It's almost like men are given a free pass to sleep around, create families, not take care of their kids, but they're still celebrated as men. This particular individual have over 6 kids, guys, possibly 7. And he failed as a father. Complete failure, guys. See, once you fail with the woman who you had children with, you failed as a man. Before we even talk about the children, once you fail with the woman, you failed as a man. Because in order for a man to really bond and build with his children, you have to have a relationship with the mother. And far too often, a lot of guys, they go out here creating all these kids and they don't get along with the baby mama. It's like this major war, and sometimes he have to go pick up the kids and play these little games, but the relationship between him and his baby mama is horrible. So it affects the relationship with the child. So as a man, if you have a baby mother, your first priority is the relationship that you have with the mother. Even if you had bad terms or some issues with the relationship, you still have to have a good communication system set up where you and that woman can see eye to eye so that you can focus on the child, the children. It doesn't mean that y'all get along flawlessly, but they got to be a respect. They got to be an understanding of, okay, we created this child. Let's put aside our differences. Let's put aside the drama. I know you might have a new man. I'm not going to get in the way. At the same time, we got to talk about our child. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that as a man, especially in 2026, you have to have an open door relationship with your baby mama where she respect you, you respect her. And that relationship is going to translate into how you deal with the child that you had with this woman. You understand? Because if we as men are out here just creating all these babies, right? And we have horrible relationships with the mother, it's going to be nothing but conflict. And it's going to affect the child. The child's going to resent you as a man. because you know the mother is going to tell a bad story about you. We don't want those bad stories. This is why I'm always recommending to men that you make sure that you have a good relationship with the mother of your children. Um, it's very, very important. In other words, when you call her up or you visit, it got to be 100% respectful. You got to respect boundaries. You can't get all up in her Kool-Aid unless she offered to give you information. You got to keep everything about the child. You could ask about, how was her day, so on and so forth, but make sure that the conversation is about the child and the well-being of the child only. Anything else after that, it is what it is. But if you don't have that relationship on point, you're going to have nothing but nightmares. So when we look at this particular YouTuber, he have a horrible relationship with his baby mothers. Horrible. Absolutely sick. The last one that he had, they got in some trouble. He called the police, got her arrested, booked into the county jail. We talked about that the other day, and his viewers are still in denial. It's like he was able to gaslight his viewers into believing that everything is okay, but we know it's not okay, right? So what I'm trying to focus on here, guys, is accountability for black men that are out here having all these babies, but they're not providing. Like I told you in my last stream about the NuBreed guy, this guy is leasing a 4-bedroom house and none of his kids live with him. They don't. You would think that this man would contact all his baby mamas and say, hey, let the kids stay by me for the summer. I got all this space, all these rooms. Let me go purchase a couple of beds, and I can have all the kids spend the summer with me. To do something good for the kids, kind of let the mothers kind of have a breather. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it goes back to the relationship side. Remember what I just finished saying about relationships with your baby mama. Again, maybe you had a baby mama from hell. Maybe you had one of them situationships where it was just toxic. At the same time, as a man, especially a mature man who's getting older, you have to become more proactive. If you know that you got all these kids and you got these baby mamas, you got to begin to do something that's going to reset the algorithm so that your baby mamas can see that you are a man who is trying your best to provide for your kids. In this particular case with this YouTuber, he has a 4-bedroom house that he's leasing, and he refused to get all his kids in the house. And to me, that's sick. It's like, if you know you got the space, if you know your kids live in the projects, they live in a rundown environment, the best thing you can do for your children, as well as to give the mothers a break so they can breathe a little bit, because a woman's work is never done. When a woman is taking care of children, plus she got to go to work, bro, a lot of us men don't realize the demand that's on her life. The demand of having to cook, clean, pick kids up, take them to sporting events, take them to the park, do this, do that, clean up the house. And then she got to find time for herself. Plus she got to go back to work the next day. She need a break. So when I look at this guy, I'm like, this dude ain't even doing nothing for his kids, man. Nothing. Every time you see this dude, he's on YouTube talking about chosen one, about brothers and sisters, but not taking care of his kids. Like, you don't see him out and about with his kids. You don't see him nothing, man. Like, hey guys, I got my kids with me for the summer. I'm really bonding with them. I'm hanging out with them. I'm really developing and working on the relationships I have with my baby mothers, because those are not his wives, you know. Those are just women that he slept with and breed them up. That's why they call him NuBreed, because he keep breeding these women up. These women, it's like they're, I don't know what it is with a lot of ladies today, but we got to talk about it. Ladies, um, when you meet these guys, right? And let's say you meet a guy, hypothetically speaking, you got to ask about him. You know, you talk to him. So tell me about yourself. Well, you know, I'm a cool guy. Yeah, just get right to the point. How many kids you got? Get right to the point. How many baby mamas you got? Oh, I got 4 baby mamas. I got 6 kids. Oh, really? Are you taking care of them kids? Well, uh, mm, once you realize that he got 6 kids, 4 baby mamas, your first course of action is to find out if this man is providing for these kids. First course of action is finding out, is he providing for these kids? What is his relationship like with his baby mamas? If he don't got good relationships with them and he's not really in the children's lives, you could just forget about having a relationship with that guy, because he's not going to be there for you. And if you were to have kids, he won't be there for the children either. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Salute to Marilyn, Forever Studios. What's going on? Who's this? Oh, so Melanin. What's going on? And CJ the Cat. What's happening? Yeah, so we're talking about the YouTuber NuBreed. He needs to stop breeding after failing 4 women and 6 kids. I think that as a man, if you know you failed, right, your family, right, you shouldn't be out there trying to get with new women, because in his video, I saw him trying to flirt with women in the live chat, and I think that the women in his live chat are dumb as hell. Like, I really believe they're just idiots, because you got a man who have 4 baby mamas, 6 kids out of wedlock. He's not providing for these kids. And you ladies are gassing him up so that you could be a new baby mama. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. You got to get to the point, ladies, where you look at the signs, of a man, and you examine what he's really about before you get involved with him. Have you ever heard the term, if a man love his mother, treat his mother with respect, that's a good sign of what he'll do for you. So if a man don't love his mother, if a man show his mother no love, then he ain't gonna show you no love. So if you get with a man and you realize that he got all these baby mamas, horrible relationships with them, he's not taking care of his kids, he don't spend no time with his kids, that ought to give you a blueprint of what that man gonna be like in the future. This is why you got to look at the signs. This particular YouTuber, man, he neglects his own seed. How could you be a father, right? And your children live in a whole different environment, and you only visit them once in a blue moon? You failed as a father. You failed. Your kid's supposed to see you every day. Every single day, they're supposed to see you. And you have a lot of men that they spend 0 time with their kids, guys. 0. And it's sad, man. Very, very sad, because they need you. And the thing is, a lot of guys, they figure since the woman is the nurturer, let her handle all this mess. not realizing you put a tough workload on this woman. This woman is working tirelessly, trying to take care of these kids, take care of the house, pay the bills, and find time for herself to unwind. That's a lot, man. And yet you got these guys out here who are not even providing for their kids. It's like, just because you gave a few dollars or bought a few things or bought some groceries, that doesn't mean you're a father. That doesn't mean you did your job, you know? It's about being there, guys, being there. And when I look at this guy, he's doing a horrible job, man. Horrible. I mean, to put a restraining order on your baby mama and to the point where she can't come around you, how you supposed to reconcile? How you supposed to have a conversation about the kids if you got a restraining order on her? That's how you know this dude, man. How do you have a relationship with a woman if you put a restraining order on her? That don't make sense. That don't make no sense at all. Because you need to bridge the gap so that you can have communication. Remember what I told you guys. Your relationship with your baby mothers is what's going to determine how your relationship with the children are going to be. You know? And because this guy was professing himself to be a godly man, God-fearing, Bible-believing Christian, and I broke the news about him and his baby mama splitting. Once I aired that, he got upset. He started crashing out. Started making fake videos talking about, yeah, if you hear any noise in the background, those are my kids. I'm like, bro, stop it. Stop. That man, you know what he did? That man, he got one of his old videos where you heard noise with kids. He put the volume up and made you think that some kids is in the background, bro. Like, real sick, bro. The things that people will do to hide and make it look like, you know, their kids is with them is crazy. I'm not saying that he can't have kids with him. Of course, he could easily call his baby mama and tell them, hey, send the kids over because I want to do a YouTube video. And I want Ringo and all his viewers to believe that my kids stay at the house. When really, his kids don't stay at the house. Because if the kids stay at the house, right, where the baby mamas at? Where the baby mamas at? You know? The baby mamas are not there. This man got 4 baby mamas, y'all. 4 baby mamas. Man, 4 baby mamas, over 6 to 7 kids. You know how much money that costs? You know how much your food bill gonna be? To be taking care of 6 kids, 6 to 7 kids, 4 baby mamas? Oh my goodness, bro. And this guy swear that he is a righteous man of God. And his viewers believe him. Bruh, you got people that got no kids. Can't even hardly take care of themselves. Some of you, single, no kids, and it's still a struggle just to survive. Now imagine you throw 6 kids in there. You're going to be struggling. And what I see with this dude, man, is a bad situation where he's not really there for the children. This is why I'm saying he needs to stop breeding. Just like black men on social media love telling women with all these kids out of wedlock to stop breeding, keep your legs closed, woo, woo, woo. Okay. In the case of a black man, he needs to stop breeding and leave these women alone so he could get himself together. Because a lot of you ladies, it's like y'all attracted to deadbeat dads, men that don't take care of their kids, that don't provide. Y'all attracted to that type of mess. That's crazy. You would think that women would be attracted to a decent man, but no. They're attracted to toxic men because in their mind, they believe they can help the man to overcome. And the man now becomes a science project for that woman to solve. You know? It's real sick out here, guys. You have a lot of men that have multiple baby mamas, multiple kids out of wedlock, and nobody's giving them any pushback. Nobody's telling these men, you need to clean your life up. Stop breeding. Stop being out here doing dirt, because we don't want another woman to be broken by these kind of men, because these kind of men, they don't marry women. They just use them for sex and then they move on. This dude was in the video flirting with all the women in the chat, just flirting and flirting. And I'm like, and some of these women were flirting back. And in my mind, I'm like, you ladies act like y'all don't see. You get with this ninja and he impregnate you, you gonna be the next single mama. So you better repent of all that foolishness, because it's just dumb as hell, you know? But I wanted to talk about this, guys, because raising children is very important. And as a black man, you know, we deal with a lot in society, you know, a whole lot. It's like the world they don't give us the same, how can I say? It's like in this world as a black man, no matter how much you play by the rules, there's always something or someone trying to say you're not good enough. So it's like, in order to defy the odds, we have to work harder and be more diligent. And this is why I say, as a father, you gotta be there. You gotta spend time. This man never spend time with his kids because he's always on YouTube and or on the road doing other stuff that really, it don't even make any sense. He could have used that time to bond with the children. And now his latest son was taken out the house because of the baby mama. You know, so I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be reconciled. I don't know. But it's unfortunate because it's just, it's not worth the headaches as a man. That's why I said your relationship with your baby mama is very important. If you have good relationships, there won't be no issues with the courts. You know, some of these mothers would be like, look, effective immediately, I'm going to remove you from the child support thing, because she noticed that even though they were taking money out of your paycheck, every time you would visit your kids, you would always have money in hand and put it in the mom's hand, be like, look, make sure they're good, even though you're on child support. And what she did is she ended up going to the courts and telling them to release you from your obligations of child support. Women have that power. A lot of you guys don't know that, but women have the power to literally tell the courts that, hey, you know, I don't want his paycheck being garnished no more with no child support stuff. And at first, the courts may try to say no, but it's your decision. If you can get on good terms with that man, then it is what it is. You know, I think your relationship would be better in terms of communication. Not saying that y'all got to get back together. I mean, if you did, that would be great too. But it's like, it would be good if you know how to work things out on your own without the courts dictating what you can or cannot do, you know? But yeah, this particular YouTuber failed 4 women and 6 kids. That's a red flag, guys, of trouble. That's a red flag of a man that is not on his purpose. He's not purpose driven, you know? So that could be really toxic, to say the least, you know? But I don't want to be here too long. I just wanted to come in, share my thoughts real fast, guys, real fast, and then head on out. You know, that's pretty much what I wanted to do. I don't want to be here for 2-3 hours. I'll save that for like later on when I do my other content. You know what I'm saying? I might stay on for 2 hours, you know, possibly 3, right? But Yeah, this guy got a 4-bedroom house, man, and refused to let the kids live with him. Ain't that something? As as a mother, you ought to feel some type of way to know that your child's father lives in this big old house and he won't even let your child come stay the weekend. That ought to make you angry. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Go take care of some business. Appreciate you all for stopping by. If you're not a member of the channel, become a member today, guys, so you could join the live chat. My live chat is for members only, to keep the peace in the live chat. That's pretty much it, right? Let me see. What's this? CG360 said, ladies need to be careful of guys like NuBreed. Guys like that will ruin your life. Yeah, they will definitely ruin your life. So we're going to talk about it more later on, guys. I'm going to talk about it more because there's just so many different stories, guys. I got to expose a new grift that's going on. You have another black family that is trying to get money using their son, trying to claim that their son was killed by white people, even though that's not the case. But we're going to have to talk about that, fam. It's getting really disgusting on social media. Everybody's grifting right now. Everybody's after money by just making up a story or using old stories. And it's just really sick. And I see it happening, man. And it got to stop, man. It got to stop. But I'll talk about that later, guys. So rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings to the mods and the